Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the CS-52 LIS. It's a tier 8 Polish medium tank, a premium. It's located on the south spawn of Lakeville, and this one's under the command of Awppenheimer. Well, I hope I didn't butcher my Polish there by actually pronouncing the name of this tank in Polish. Yes, the CS-52 LIS is a premium tank that was brought out by Wargaming to introduce the new Polish line, along with the Poodle, which was of course the tier 6 premium. Whoa! What have you done there? You've knocked that T-49 out of his bush. And, well, I'm not sure if he knows this guy, but anyway, Awppenheimer, that was totally out of character for you. I'm sure that you must know G60 Mikey, but he actually took no damage from what happened afterwards, but he just lost that firing position. Okay, going back to the tank. This tank is rather good, actually. Oh, it took a round in the tracks there from a T10. It is a rather good tank, actually. It's a tier 8 premium medium, but it has a get the screen up. It's got a 105mm main gun with 320 Alpha, 208mm of pen with standard rounds, and with the premium rounds, it'll do 252mm of armor. And if you actually do have the HE rounds, they'll do 420 and 53mm of pen. Now it actually is a very, very good tank. Its standard reload is 9.2 seconds. You can see Awppenheimer's got it down to 7.56. Okay, did get spotted. They're having a good duel with that T10, who's right on the outskirts of town. You can only just barely make him out. I'm not sure what went on with that that T-49, but certainly it wasn't very friendly. Okay, tier 9 game, tier 8 tanks, and it looks like the enemy have got a number of tanks coming through the pass. We did send a nice force south to the town. They don't need any more help. All the heavies have gone that way. So it's only the mediums really that are holding this side of the map, and the tank destroyers, to prevent the enemy from going into our cap area. Okay, Waffenträger takes a nice hit. Now it would have been nice actually if he'd used the HE, because the Waffenträgers don't have much in the way of armor. He's not looking at us, but he's taking damage. That's a nice 350 hit. That's a high roll. The previous one before was a low roll. Gets another hit, 374, another high roll. He's pumping these rounds into the enemy Waffenträger. He's going to go down. Oh, 8 hit points left, and he got another high roll. So that guy is now one shot. Now this tank, oh, that was bang on target. It actually hit the turret, the Arty, the FV207 on the enemy team. He worked out exactly where Awppenheimer was and planted the round right on him. Pumps around into the Renegade, but it doesn't get through the armor. Not at that angle. I suspect now the enemy Arty is going to be directing his fire at Awppenheimer, mainly because he knows that Awppenheimer's rather good, and his platoon mate in this game is in the is also in a T-54 Mod 1, the first prototype, and he's behind, sniping from a distance. He's also getting fire from that FV207. As you know, the FV207 big gun is the 6-inch, which is a 152mm. Oh, took a big hit, but he takes down the Waffenträger. That guy must have been sitting up there in that bush, waiting for it. And the Arty tries to get him, but okay, we've got 3 tanks now that he can attack. One after the other. Takes a 105mm round from the Renegade. He lost a fair amount of hit points there, 338. And in fact, his platoon mate, Jiffy, has actually come out of his hole. He's stopped hiding at the back. He's stopping those guys moving up onto the cap area. Now, we're still going to have to put up with that Arty fire, but Awppenheimer's going to use his opportunity to pump rounds into the side of the Renegade and the other tanks that are there, whilst Jiffy blocks them from coming up. We can see that we've got the tank destroyers at the back, waiting just in case. In the meantime, our guys in the town are not doing so well. In fact, most of them have been wiped out. Our Arty's relocated down to the other end, and they're about to get wiped out as well. And we can now see that the enemy, that was our own Arty trying to attack the guys who are coming over from this direction. Okay, Renegade. Lower plate. No, he goes for upper plate and gets him instead. So that's his second kill. Now, Jiffy is another good player. He's a really good player, actually. You can see that he's also popped up as a Unicum standard. Oh, and the enemy's just lost their T-103. And the Ripper pattern takes a hit. It's a low roll, 297. Jiffy's going all in now. He's exchanging hit points with that guy. But it's a one shot, and he's out the game. And that's 3 kills now for Awppenheimer. Oh, now that was interesting. We just noticed the FV207. He relocated, but he's been spotted. And I think our ELC, yep, just managed to get the kill on him. So there's no Arty on the enemy team. They've only got 4 left. All the force they had in the town has come out of the town, but I'm afraid they've actually kind of put themselves in a position now where they can be sniped at from this end of the map. We've lost our tank destroyers. Well, all except the Scorpion G, who's putting up a brave defense down the other end. Okay, Super Pershing takes a hit in the side. You can see that Jiffy's hiding around the rocks as well. It's a really good defensive position. Unfortunately, we did lose the Scorpion, and that one bounced off the side of the turret. Didn't work. So they're falling back. Well, Jiffy's fallen back. I think Awppenheimer's staying here for the moment. No, he's decided he wants to come back as well. Okay, so we're going to use this position here. We don't have to worry about anything coming in from the valley. The ELC has come down the river road. He's trying to snipe at the guys as they try and move forward. Awppenheimer's trying to get some crossfire on them from a different direction. If he goes round the back, he's got the bushes working in his favour here, but if he goes around the back of that rock, he can snipe at them from around there. Okay, got a Malshan. Tries to go for the cupola, doesn't get it. T-103 is down in the depression. I don't think he can get him at the moment, but that Malshan is definitely trying to come forward. Goes for the weak spot, and he gets it. So that's 4 kills now for Awppenheimer. T-10's coming up the straight towards us, and the enemy Super Pershing just went down to the ELC Evan 90. Okay, we can't see the T-10 at the moment. Might be a good idea to reposition, but Jiffy's actually come down into the valley area. He's behind. He's in the depression behind the rocks. Actually, he's come back up because he can't see that T-10. The enemy team's just got the T-103 and the T-10. The T-103 was in the depression near the lake, and in fact we can see him. I'm wondering if the ELC's able to get him. He's probably not. Oh, he did! He got the T-103, which now means that it's just the T-10 left. And there he is. Pumps one into the turret. Potentially 20% of the enemy hit pool, so that might be a high caliber. He's a one-shot now. This is to decide the game. He's loading a premium round. Come on, you can do it. No, something. Yes, he got him now. And that's the end of the game, and a victory, and an Oskins medal as well for Awppenheimer. Well, that was a special battle because that was Awppenheimer's first ace tanker in the CS-52 LIS. He managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5 at the end, 1/3 of the enemy team, and 1 short of getting a top gun. He also got a sharpshooter for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a bronze medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. And here's the other medals. He got an Oskins medal. That's a difficult one to get because you have to get at least 3 enemy tanks in a medium tank, and they have to be all at least 1 tier higher than yourself. So it means you're taking on superior opponents and taking them out. He also managed to get a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game, as well as a tank sniper for doing the most damage at a distance of 300 meters or more. His win rate, 9,454, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see the highest damage was 4,953 hit points. That went to Awppenheimer. Second highest damage went to the ELC-7. Oh, no, it wasn't the ELC. It was the Malshan. Sorry, I got that wrong. The Malshan on the enemy team got 3,708 hit points. And then it was the ELC-790 who got 3,455, with Jiffy getting 2,643 hit points out of that game. He also picked up a medal. He got a Confederate. When it came to kills, it was shared between Awppenheimer and the ELC. They both got 5 kills apiece. And also we've got 3 kills for the Malshan, 2 kills for the Scorpion, the T10 and the Super Pershing. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,509 went to Awppenheimer, 1,362 went to the ELC-790, and 1,082 went to Jiffy, his platoon mate, in the T-54 first prototype. He fired 24 rounds in that game, 21 direct hits on the enemy, 18 penetrations, damage of 2,953 hit points, of which 3,012 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see a lot of damage was done at very long range. One of the good things about this tank actually is that it is very good at even close range encounters because it does have reasonably good armor. I mean, this was actually a medium tank project from the 1950s designed to actually have a gas turbine engine, but they only did it in blueprints because, of course, by that point in time, the Polish government was actually under the control of the Warsaw Pact, and they had to buy Soviet-built material instead. And so, unfortunately, this thing didn't actually get built. It's got excellent APCR velocity, excellent alpha and DPM, great gun handling, decent turret armor as well. The turret armor at the front is 190 millimeters, so it's actually very, very strong. It's a decent medium tank. It's got a top speed of 50 kilometers now, which isn't great, but it's useful. And overall, it's a very, very good medium, premium medium, and a lot of people like it. It's a very dangerous tank, actually, in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing. Now, he did receive 5 hits from the enemy, only 2 of which actually penetrated, 2 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash damage from the FV207, which was bang on target. It hit the turret, and lucky for him that it did hit the turret, because of course it hit the hard armor. He blocked damage of 630 hit points in total. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 5 were killed, and he earned 54,896 credits from that game on a premium count. If he'd actually been on a free-to-play account, he would have made a loss. But he also picked up 25 bonds for a mission achievement. And he also took away 7,016 experience points because, of course, he got a premium personal reserve bonus and a bonus for this being a premium vehicle as well as doing, of course, exceptionally well in the battle. So a very good first ace tanker for Awppenheimer in the CS-52 list, which is one of the tanks I try to watch out for, because if I see one of them into the enemy team, I normally know that those persons are actually, or those players are rather dangerous, and I've got to watch out for them. This is not the only replay in this video, because we've actually got another replay from Awppenheimer, so let's have a look at that one. The second replay is on the Malinovka encounter map, and he's on the north spawn. Game on. Well, this some of the drawbacks of the CS-52 LIS is it doesn't have a very high amount of hit pool for a tier 8. It's only 1,300 hit points, which means you can't trade a lot of damage with the enemy, because if they're doing 300 hit points per shot, 4 shots penetrating this vehicle and you're going to be out the game. So it's not so great on hit points, but it does have also a very average view range. It's only 380, I think, meters. Yeah, it's 380, and it's not the same as some of the other tanks in the game who actually do have much better at this tier. Some of the other tanks have 400-meter view range. Okay, so he took a round in the tracks from the Prima Victoria. No big deal for the moment. It's going to work the windmill, and the Victoria is doing the same. Of course, as you know, that's basically a Centurion built by the Swedes. Oh, we've got Arty in our favour. They're working on the opponents. And that could be very useful. Okay, that guy just fired, pumps a round in, but it hits the tracks. Now, the guy behind us in the 53 TP could actually be a hindrance because he's getting in the way. Low plate. Yes, no problem there. Ow, we took a round in the rear from our platoon mate. Well, not platoon mate, but our teammate. In this one, got no platoon mate in this game. That one went through the tracks and into the vehicle. You got a low roll, got a high roll from the previous shot. Trying to hit the turret. It's going. Oh, the guy knows how to defend his vehicle. He wasn't going to show us his lower plate, and when we tried to go for his cupola, he knew about that as well. No, we just retract him to allow our teammates to go a bit wide and try and get some shots. Go for the cupola. Yes. Went through the cupola, got a low roll, 268. We've got to watch out for that Tiger 1 behind him. Going for the Tiger. Oh, Tiger goes down. We got a high roll, 342. This is very, very wide, going lower plate, and he gets the kill. Okay, so now we can use his wreck as a point of actually side scraping. VK100-01P takes a hit. It's a low roll. Tried to get a shot into the 252U. That Arty shell went right over the top of us, was actually aimed at us, but he knows to move now and get into a new position to avoid that happening again. He's going to change his approach. He's going to go down onto the first level and try and approach them from the side. And these guys are doing the same. This could be really interesting because Arty's focusing on these guys. And now he's going to actually feed the Arty damage assist. Now, going down into the dip means he comes up behind them. So long as there's no guys actually behind him. Gets a round in. Didn't get the kill on 252U, but he's now spotted another enemy, the AMX AC-48. Trying to get a shot on this VK. Side of the turret. Didn't get through. He's using standard ammo to try and penetrate this guy. You can see he's from Canada. Again, he didn't pen. And in fact, he just took damage from a T-20 down by the water. And the AMX is trying to get us as well. Oh, it's a Rebel Arise. In fact, he's now taking damage from that T-20 again. Punches through the armor there. Gets a low roll. We're still taking damage from that T-20. And another hit, but he keeps taking shots from that T-20 again. It's not helping. Potentially got a high caliber now. And he takes out the VK. Didn't even have to go to sniper view. But that T-20 down there has been a real nuisance. Tries to get him. Shell goes to the right of the turret. T-20 didn't want to fire because he knew he was being targeted. That was a good guess to try and fire through the grass. Do it this time. Get it right. He'll go through the turret, or should. Didn't get the pen there. I'm not sure where that shell went. Try and get it on. There he is. Yes! No, he didn't actually pen there. Try it again. That's better. Got the kill. That's his third. Now, there's that AC-48 still to deal with. In fact, now he's got his teammates with him. He can go. Barask pumps one in. Gets a low roll for 332. Oh, sorry, it's a high roll, isn't it? 320 alpha. Can't see the Barask. He must have gone behind a rock. Or a wreck. No, it must be a rock. It's definitely a rock. He's hiding. We're 3 up on the enemy. There's the Barask. Pumps one in, gets a low roll, 317, pulls back into cover to avoid counter fire. Okay. If he does take the risk of running down there quickly to try and take a shot on the Barask and take him out, he is a one-shot, so he can get him, but if he gets a low roll, it's going to be a problem. This tank is very much like a cross between the Lanson C and the T-44. It's got great armor, but it's also got the nice gun of the Lanson. It's not the same gun, of course, but you know what I mean. It's a 105mm with decent penetration, decent power. Arty's still trying to help, but we've lost sight of the enemy, and we're worried about that Barask more than anything, I think. The enemy team's still got the Barask, the AC-48, the Shrek, and an M12. We can't see the Barask at all. There he is. Kill shot. Popped out to take a shot, and he was ours for the taking. Okay, so it's just the Shrek and the AC-48 now. There's the AC-48 in the distance. He pulled way back, trying to go for the observation device. Didn't get through the armor. There's the Shrek. He's ignoring the Shrek for the moment. He's trying to go for the cupola at the back of the AC-48. That is the alternate place if you're not going to go for the observation device, because it's too far away. You can go for that cupola at the back. And in fact, some people aim for the observation device, and actually the shell goes through and actually hits the cupola at the back. M12 pumps one in, gets a low roll, 315, doesn't kill him. But of course our Arty will probably be on him if we don't get him. Yep, we got him. That's the 5th kill. He's going for a top gun. He's very low on ammunition now. He's only got 1 shell left. The AC-48's gone. It's just the Shrek left. The Shrek's more than a one-shot. So if we do get... Oh, now he's a one-shot. We could get him. Oh, it ricocheted off. He ran out of ammo. All he can do now is ram this guy. Oh, and he got tracked by the Shrek. He could go for the ram. Oh, this is to get a top gun if he does get the kill. He took a round from the Shrek, and now he's a one-shot as well. So can he get this one? The Shrek's going to die. It's just a question of who's going to kill who. Let's hope it's not the Shrek killing us. In fact, the Shrek just killed our T-25 too. Could have gone there and gone quickly round and try and rammed him. But that guy is now trapped. We've got no ammo. He doesn't know that, actually. The Shrek doesn't know that we're out of ammo. Awppenheimer could fool him here by holding him in position and threatening him to come out. But in fact, he has come out. If the Shrek had actually tried to come out, he could have just rammed the guy at that point and gone for it. But now we're letting our teammates get the kill. And I think it's the SMVCC who's going to get the kill. Yep. Pity about loss of the top gun, but he just ran out of ammo in the end. I think it was all those shots on the T-20. Here's the end of battle stats. That was an ace tanker game for Awppenheimer in the CS-52 LIS. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5 in the end. 1 short of getting a top gun and 1 short of getting, well, 1/3 of the enemy team. He also picked up a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. Bruce the medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 9. And he did get the high caliber for getting the most damage in the game, but he could have got a top gun if only he hadn't lost so many shells trying to take down that T-20. It was very difficult to hit. But anyway, at least his win rate was 13,593 out of that game. And at least he did take home 5 kills out of it as well, including that T20, who was being a real nuisance because we lost a lot of hit points to that guy poking up and shooting from the lakeside at Awppenheimer as he was trying to take down the heavies from behind. Anyway, let's have a look at team score. Well, he got the highest damage with 5,434 hit points. Second highest damage went to the Shrek, actually, with 4,026, and some of those hit points belong to Awppenheimer. And the third highest damage went to the Lurver, with 2,347 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was shared between Awppenheimer and the Shrek. Both had 5 kills apiece. 2 kills went to the Lurver, the 7032, the SMV-CC-56, who got the honour of the last kill of the game, and the MX-AC-48 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. He got 1,553, with the Lurver getting 1,013. They were the only two over 1,000, with the SMV-CC-56 picking up 807. He fired 35 rounds, ran out of ammo. That's all the ammo that this thing carries. And that's one of the problems, actually. It doesn't carry as much ammo as it really should. 27 direct hits on the enemy, 19 penetrations, 5,434 hit points of damage, of which 486 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see most of the damage was done at close range. He received 9 hits from the enemy. 5 of those were penetrations, 4 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash damage. A lot of those penetrating shots actually came from the T20, and it was unfortunate that he was in that position where he was sitting so close to the rock, he couldn't actually, he had to be out in order to shoot at the VK100-01P, but he couldn't stop that T20 shooting at him, because if he turned his focus on the T20, then the VK could wipe him out by just turning his turret round. As it is, he did get the victory on both. He blocked damage of 1,100 hit points in total. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 5, and did 481 hit points of damage assistance. Now, on a premium count, he earned 139,266 credits from the game, but after his costs, which were pretty high, he actually made a loss, a small loss, of 11,356 credits. He also took away a profit on XP, 4,892, and it's just a lesson, really. If you're in the Fox, watch out, because you actually do have a shortage of ammo, so you have to be careful that you don't blast away too much, because then you're going to be left wanting at the end of the game. Now, I think actually that Shrek didn't know that Awppenheimer didn't have any rounds left, and I think he went into that little cubby hole where he could shoot through the windows, thinking that Awppenheimer was going to pop around the corner at any moment and shoot him. And Awppenheimer didn't do that. And actually, if he had done that, the moment that the Shrek tried to back out, he could have come in there and hit him from behind, and the Shrek wouldn't have been able to do anything about it, because, of course, his gun's at the front. And so he wouldn't have been able to turn around in time to hit Awppenheimer, and Awppenheimer would have got the ram kill out of it. But I think at the time, Awppenheimer was just trying to protect himself, because he didn't have a lot of hit points left, and he was trying to guard those hit points to stay alive. I think even though he didn't have a lot of hit points left, neither did the Shrek for that matter, and I think he could have rammed the Shrek and still taken him down. He probably would have died in the process. But even if he didn't die in the process, or even if the Shrek didn't die, the enemy, the SMV-CC would have actually come in and just taken the Shrek out at close range with an execution shot. So, 2 great games by Awppenheimer. This is a really good tank. I thoroughly recommend getting one of these. If you don't have it, it is a premium. You can get hold of them. And it was originally on sale during a marathon, I seem to remember. But whenever I see somebody in one of these, I always regret the fact that I didn't complete the marathon. But then I was generating videos at the time, so I really didn't have the time to actually play a lot of games just to pick up a tank, when, of course, I had videos to do for the community. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below, because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.